As usual, if you're in a safe situation, if you could please turn your video on and have your mic available, but on mute unless you're chiming in to ask a question or contribute to the dialogue. Today, we're going to be talking about BFFG, blogs, Facebook friends, and Facebook groups, and how you can use those items, very basic, free items right now before you're licensed, as well as once you are licensed, to build your business, generate leads, get your name out there, all that stuff. Before we get started, does anyone have any questions about anything in general? It's gonna be pretty fast and furious with the stuff that I'm gonna be covering. Alrighty, we'll jump right into it. Let me share my screen here. If somebody could give me a thumbs up once they see it. Thank you, John. Thank you, Riley, Ryan. Appreciate you guys. And all right, so first thing we're going to talk about is the blogs. So on your website, once you onboard with EXP, you'll have a blog section. And so instead of, I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't a huge fan of English class back in college or in high school. So not a really big fan of writing blogs. And at first, my mentor was really big on writing blogs, and I just never did it because I just didn't feel like writing about anything. I think finally, to make her happy, I finally wrote just some random blog. But these blogs can be really useful for having the opportunity to reach out to clients in Facebook groups. First, we'll just cover the blog piece, and then we'll jump into the Facebook groups and Facebook friends piece. So the blogs, you can just think of any ideas you have in your mind for what information people would want to know about for your area. So I live in Hawaii, and so here's some Hawaii-specific blogs: 10 best beaches on Oahu, island hopping with advice on how to do that, a guide to living on the windward side, so what to expect from houses there, etc. And I'll just show you quickly what these look like. So as it's broken down into numbers, and you should want to think about when somebody's going to this page or to your blog, what they want to see. They want to see a bunch of words. People like pictures, especially these days with like social media. If you think about Instagram, all it is a picture, and then if you're really interested, you'll read the blurb below the picture. But if you really want the majority of your stuff to include photos to attract that visual appeal, so you can see I got these photos, and they're high quality photos that I got from a third-party website where it's free, and I'll send you guys the link later. But free high quality photos that you can look up for your local area, and you just got to tag them in your website. So if you were to look at the image source for this, you'd see that it gives credit to the photographer of these photos. There's also photos you can pay for, but I just use the free ones because I'm trying to keep it as cheap as possible. So you generate the blog by the easiest ways to use ChatGPT, and then read through it, make sure it actually makes sense, but this will give you the bulk of it. So you can just go on here. What are the 5 best restaurants in Waikiki? Gives you a little blurb about how it's only up to September 2021, and then it lists these restaurants. And so instead of trying to search on Google looking for all the reviews, this gives you a opinion. So you can even specify that in your blog. In my opinion, best restaurants. And if you agree with that, you can keep this format, and then just add your own little flavor to it about like what items from the menu, etc. That's just one example, but there's so many things. Like if you're in Colorado, best hikes to do. If you're in New York, best building to live in, or like best part of the city if you really like baseball, so you're close to the stadium, whatever. All those random things, anything you can think of, make a blog. Save it if you're not already licensed with and have your website. just save it, hold on to it for once you do get your website, or you can make your own little blog website to already have it prepared. And then once you are licensed, then you can upload it to your personal website like this. And you can add on photos, all that stuff. And so on top of not enjoying writing, the why behind these blogs, I just didn't see it. I was like, nobody's going to look up my website and then scroll down to look at my blogs. So why would I waste my time doing this? So the reason why these are useful is, we'll jump into the Facebook group space. So let's see, Benjamin Romero, where do you live?
California, Oceanside.
All right, move into Oceanside. So look at these groups. I went pretty over the top when I first started doing this, and I probably have too many groups that I'm a part of. But all these groups you can join, and you can also use this to fuel your blog writing. So let's see if I can peek inside one of these without becoming a member. All right, most of them will require you to answer the rules, or to answer the questions and then read through the rules. But sometimes you can just join a group without answering any questions. Let's see this one. Nope, private. And a lot of times these groups will be owned by realtors or some kind of business that is using these groups to generate business. So this one's open. So this one's probably run by a group by April Denson Real Estate. But you can see the type of stuff that people are talking about. These people are selling appliances and other items, but you'll see people post questions in there like, what's the best hotel to stay in when I first PCS to this area, or who's a good dog walker, or stuff like that. And you can use those questions to fuel your blog writing, whether that's you manually researching it and writing about it, or going to ChatGPT, write me a blog about the best place to go to for dog walking, whatever it is. And then you put that in your website, and then you take that link from your website. So if somebody in one of our groups is asking what are the best beaches to visit, I would copy and paste this link. And so this link is a pretty manageable size. It's not going to be like a page long, but a lot of times it'll be just ridiculous with all the percentage and a bunch of random letters. And so you can go to tinyurl.com and I can copy and paste this link into here. And then I could label the URL. So it's going to be tinyurl.com/10 best Hawaii or Oahu beaches. Oh, I guess it's limited on how many characters I can do. So I could do 10 best, just like that, 10 best. Shorten URL, boom. That's not available. Add a random symbol. Okay, maybe not. 10 best. Sheesh. Okay, I'll just do ZZ and my initials. There's a lot of these that are taken. It's the first time it's happened. There you go. ZZM123. So now I can copy and paste this URL, which is really short, really clean. And if you're customizing it for your area, you can, that last portion after the /, you can make it something that sounds appealing to click on. Boom, copy and paste. And now that link goes to my blog. So somebody asks about best dog walkers, boom, create a blog about best dog walkers or best places to walk your dog, whatever. And then you create the blog, create that link, drop it in that question on that Facebook group. And then they go to your blog, they read about, they're benefiting from the information that you're providing. Make sure it's actually useful information, or otherwise they're going to click on it and be like, this is just a picture of a dog. Why, this is dumb. Clearly they're just trying to pull me in to provide my information. But the way the website is set up, after they're on the website for so much time, it'll bring up a little window where it says, hey, if you want to keep reading, please provide your email and whatever here. Or maybe they'll just continue to click around your website. They're like, oh, that was a pretty interesting blog. Let me see what else they have on here. Let's see, agent profile, listings. Okay. Search. Yeah, let's see what that is. I can search for property. Oh, cool. And then that'll also automatically bring up the little information input box. Any questions on that from anybody in the audience? Okay. So yeah, make the blogs, go to the Facebook groups, get more ideas for blogs, or start putting your blogs to use by dropping those links in those groups. Just be careful, because some groups, the groups that are owned by realtors, they'll see what you're doing and they'll probably kick you out if you're just like really heavily pushing your website links. But if you're very tactfully like, oh, every now and then, sometimes you drop the link in, sometimes you don't, you just provide some information there, then you can usually do a pretty good job of maintaining your presence in a bunch of groups. John Mack, question.
Good day, all. Did you enhance your website through any of the features through EXP, or did you just use a standard one?
I used a standard one. I actually added a couple of random items from, let me go back to my main page. So I used a standard one, but I did do some customization though. So you can do these background photos that change every time you refresh. Those are all my own photos that I took through in my 53 with the collaus in the background. You'll want to make all those. You don't want to make it like your Facebook where you're just like showing your family and like random things. Make them photos that are local to your area, so that people, when they go to your website, they're like, oh, this realtor actually is located in Hawaii. Also added in this little team logo right here. Yeah, and then you can do this piece right here where you add team members, featured areas. These are also my photos. You can put in like the areas you want to focus on, or like really highly sought after areas in your local town, all that kind of stuff. And then there's a bunch of like widgets, a bunch of little links like this right here is a widget that you can add on. And it's really, we can do that another time, explain how to use the website and set it up. But it's really easy. You just like drag and drop and it will automatically create this button, as well as these features here. I customize the photos in the background just to make, because if you have a generic website, it'll give you a quick look. Go to my wife's website. So if it's just the standard layout, it'll have these generic photos in the background. So you can see these aren't very Hawaii specific. But if you look at this right here, these are all photos from Hawaii. And so you want to change those out and make photos that are local to your area, so that when people are on your website, they're like, yeah, this person is definitely in this area and active and knows what's good in the area. I threw in this little mortgage calculator. I forgot where I got it from, some website, but anything you put on your website, just make sure in the coding you give credit to that website. And then, yeah, testimonials, listings, and then blogs at the bottom.
Were you able to find videos to help you add the mortgage calculator to EXP? Because I've tried to do some stuff with different companies with the EXP, and they wanted to charge me for it, and I couldn't find a video to add it on my own.
You're saying to add video onto your page?
To add like the mortgage calculator that you had on there.
Oh, okay.
Your directions on how to manage it, you're on yourself. But
Yeah.
I wasn't like, that's a great feature that you have there. And I think everyone should have the calculator. And I just was wondering, is there a specific video that EXP has that could maybe show you how to do that on your own?
No, I just went on Google and found it. I just Googled mortgage calculator coding for website. And that's how I found it. There's a lot, like, you'd be surprised by how much stuff is out there. Like if you just go on YouTube, like how to do HTML, which is the coding that is on this website, not Java, I believe. I don't understand there's probably some computer whizzes in the audience that understand the difference and why you can do certain things on different types of format, but there's lots of YouTube videos out there for how to do all that stuff. So yeah, join a bunch of groups, research them, all that stuff. The other thing I was going to talk about was Facebook friends. I did some kind of like new agent mastermind when I was first getting started. And one of the challenges that was given was to max out your Facebook friends. And so the max number of friends you can have on Facebook is 5,000. And it took me probably a solid 2 months, like an hour every night. I would just go on people you may know on your main profile. I don't even get it anymore because once you hit 5,000, you can't, it doesn't really try to push people on you anymore. But if you go on the people you may know and just add as many people as you possibly can. And then before you know it, you'll be having the approved friend requests. You're gonna get some people that are like, who are you? Why are you adding me? But whatever. But the very big reason for why to do that is because you're increasing your audience. Instead of having the 50 people that you talk to on a daily basis in person, you'll have people all across the country because everyone in here has friends spread out all around the world. And the more you establish those Facebook connections with your friends, the more it's going to connect you with even more people, friends of friends, and so on and so forth. So it'll just increase your audience more and more. So just imagine standing in, your house with 3 or 4 people, if that's how many friends you have, compared to in an auditorium with 5,000 people. And then once you hit 5,000, it kind of converts your page into like not a group, but like a business basically, where or just like a influencer type thing where everyone is. Let me see if I can show you. You start getting, so if people friend request you, they'll become your follower instead of a friend. So yeah, it's something to think about. And then when you're advertising yourself to clients, they're like, wow, this person has 311 followers. They might know what they're talking about. I guess I'll see if they can help me find a home, that kind of thing. And then once you have those 5,000 friends, and even along the way, you can be posting about real estate, about life in general, and you want to do some research into like how the algorithm works and stuff. Like if people like your post, like you'll continue to show up on their feed. And so you don't want to just nothing but real estate. Like, oh, hey, I'm doing showings today. Hey, I'm doing showings again today. Here's another house. Who wants to buy? You don't want to be that way. You want to be like an actual person. Like, hey, look at this hike I did today. Oh, hey, here's a reel about the best places to watch the sunrise. All this different stuff that people are actually interested in seeing, and you can get some inspiration from like TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and see that people will click on your stuff, like it, comment. You can post questions like, what's the best 500 calorie food to eat, whatever, stuff that people will want to chime in on, give their perspective, because then that's going to force you into their feed, and they'll continue to see your stuff. And then once you're one of the prominent people showing up on their page, then you can hit them with a little piece about your real estate or business and how you're helping folks out. So then you become, in their mind, their real estate friend, their realtor friend, who, if they ever have someone buying or selling anywhere, they can reach out to you with questions. And like, make sure you let them know. Don't just say, hey, if you're moving to Hawaii, come talk to me. But if you're moving anywhere else, leave me alone. Like, if you have any questions at all about real estate, about mortgages, anything, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will help you get an answer. If I don't know the answer, I'll point you to someone that does. And so someone reaches out to me because they're like, oh, this is my realtor friend. I don't know any other realtors. I'm moving to Washington, but I'm going to reach out to my friend because I know this guy. They'll reach out to me. Hey, yeah, Washington's a great place to buy a house. Let me connect you with a good realtor over there. I go on Workplace or our Fast Forward Movement group, whatever it is, find somebody there, interview them, make sure they're actually a good realtor. and then refer them out. So then you collect the referral fee. You might at first feel like, wow, all I had to do was hand off this person's phone number and I'm making 25% of that commission. But make sure you actually earn it. Like actually interview the person that you're referring them off to, because you don't want to just pick some random agent and then they get connected and then they just never even talk with the agent. They maybe have one phone call and then the agent just ghosts them. So you want to actually earn that commission by interviewing the person, following up with that agent, making sure that they're helping them along through the process, all that. Any questions on that? Or anything I talked about? While people are thinking of questions, I'll go back real quick and show you guys what I meant for the website where you can get the free photos. That's mine. Oops. Let's go to this one. I think so another little hack for people that aren't familiar with websites. You can again, you want to contribute, you want to give credit to whoever you got this stuff from, but you can see the source of an image or like of a website by looking at this view page source. It might be a little bit different if you're on a Windows computer. So it brings up the coding. And then you can kind of take some getting used to like understand the language and stuff, but once you understand it, you can kind of decipher what is what on this. So you can see that like I linked my Pinterest on here. So that's one of the things you do when you're making your website. You link all your social media accounts to this, and it's the buttons that are at the top of the page. Where are those images? Any questions for anybody about any of this stuff? You can chime in or drop it in the chat. Any questions in general about the program? And again, these are things that you can be doing before you're even licensed. So if you're smashing your head against the wall, studying nonstop, and you're just sick of studying, you can take a break, release some stress by writing a blog or researching stuff to write a blog about. So just some ideas of, or just mindlessly add friends on Facebook. Just some things you can do to build your business and get ready to hit the ground running once you are licensed. I can't find the image source thing right here, but I'll find the website and send it to you guys in the general chat. That's all I've got for today. I'll stick around for a few more minutes if anyone has any questions. If not, have a wonderful day. Aloha.
Thanks, Zor.
Thanks, Steve.
Hey, Zor, you said you're going to send out a link for where you can start a blog.
No, link for getting those free images.
Okay.
But if you are interested in starting a blog, you can just Google. I'm sure somebody in here knows of a website where you can start a blog. I'm trying to think of the name of one, but it's blanking out on it right now.
Yeah, I follow a few blogs, but I never actually thought about starting one. But then as you're showing it, going through it, I see it's basically social networking, and seeing how you apply that to your business. So I'm actually doing some research on how to start a blog. So
yeah,
start including some marketing stuff if anybody has any questions.
Yeah, like that's a great idea right there. Like, just if you're just talking about like living in an RV or just RVs in general, like that niche, that's a good niche to focus on, because like you have to park that RV somewhere eventually. And so somebody has lived that lifestyle or like really enjoys doing that, they'll reach out to you because they know you're of a similar mindset.
Yeah, I like it because I just made my second trip to Alaska in the RV this year. I'm sitting up here right now, so I wish I'd started the blog thing sooner, but I think I can go in and backdate some things. So
Yeah,
appreciate
definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
And the link for the photos is coming in this chat.
I'll put it in the general channel on Slack. See, Alex?
Zor, stay safe.
Right.
For Calvin.
What was that?
He said, stay safe from Calvin.
Oh yeah, those hurricane threats are always a joke. The worst it's ever been was like it sprinkled, and the other times we had a hurricane threat, it was like blue skies and sunny. I was like, this is a hurricane. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. I haven't been here when there was like a warning hit. I've always been like in the Philippines or on the Big Island. But we'll see how it goes. I don't think it'll be too bad.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Been through worse. All right, see you, brother.